Good evening and welcome to Unveiling Realities, the podcast on Agay Television. It's good to be with you this evening. And once again, we're back with another experience for the evening. Join us on Unveiling Realities tonight. My name is Shido Taka and Galilian is always here.
Yes,
Welcome again.
thank you.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Oh, welcome. Join us on Unveiling Realities today as we look at growing the Benue music industry. With two of Benue's finest joining us on the podcast this evening. I can't wait to introduce them. Joining us is Oduen. I know he didn't expect me to call Oduen, but it's Odi Woods. Good evening. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and we also have Patience. I was waiting to call a team name there. Well, Patience Oyina is here as Lady Pesh. Welcome to the podcast this evening.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay with us as we look at growing the Benue music industry on Unveiling Realities, the podcast. When we come back, don't go away. This is the podcast. So remember that you can join the conversation this evening by following our social media handles. I'm talking about Facebook is Agate Radio TV and on YouTube is Agate TV. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. And this evening on the podcast, we're looking at the Benue music industry and how we can grow the industry. Well, let's start with Odi Woods. So good to have you here again.
I thought you always say ladies first.
No, yes, ladies first, always. But this time, maybe it's because Odi is close to me. I want to start with Odi. All right, so let's hear from you, the music industry in Benue. Let's look at it generally. What are your thoughts? Have we been growing, especially in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yes, we've been growing. We've achieved a lot. There's a lot that is happening now that wasn't happening when I started music. So yeah, in Nigeria, there's a lot of growth
Okay.
in the past few years.
So in what areas will you say this growth has been? Because recently I was hearing there was a discussion about what type of music we're doing. I was like, is this where we're beginning to figure out the type of music? Are we even growing?
Yeah, the thing is, if we were not growing, nobody will even have a conversation about what
it.
type of music
Yeah,
that we do.
that's true.
And we're growing because for the first time this past few years, Nigerians have been able to say, oh, I made this amount of money from the streams of my song, or I made this amount of money from the streams of my song. And then Nigerian artists are selling out stadiums in countries that don't even understand English.
Yes, that's true.
So that is growth. That is big things happening, unlike before where you have to take all your CDs to Alaba market, you have to do all that process. So everybody's getting their money now from their streams, and it's a milestone achieved for me.
Okay, so just take us through. I know if you want to talk about journey, we could actually write a book here, a very big book. But just take us through briefly through your journey in the music industry. How did it? What was the inspiration? Let's know.
It first starts with just loving music and feeling like you just love music, you love sound, and then it grows from there to me knowing that okay, this is something you can actually do as a career. Because as a kid, I just loved music. I loved every good music that I heard, and sometimes I would just record it on those my dad's tapes. I'll just mess up his tapes and record something on it just to hear my voice.
And what will he do? Someone will ask.
I'll make sure he doesn't see the
Yes.
tape again.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, so it started from there, and then I met a friend in secondary school that was actually writing songs, and then I was shocked, like, okay, so you can actually write yours, and so yeah, from there I started writing songs. And I always say one of the greatest inspiration is Plantation Boys, and knowing that there is something, because growing up in Benue State, everything seems so far from you when it comes to that
We'll talk about that.
segment.
Yeah.
So growing up and hearing that, oh, Two-Face and Blackface used to trek from St. Gabriel's to this place and do all that. So you feel like if somebody lived here and moved on to do that, then you too, you can do it.
Yeah.
You too can go ahead and do it. So my hunger for trying to get out of Benue and do something to a bigger city, it started growing until I got out to Jos, and then from Jos to Lagos. So it's been a long journey.
I'm talking
like you
about
said.
Jaws, yeah. There's this talk that's where talents are more developed, like grow faster. Do you believe that? Do you
Yes,
think the
because
environment?
the environment
matters.
encourages
Yes.
a lot, and then I don't know if it's about the weather or but the
weather
weather
likes
too. I feel
talent.
like it's just
Yeah.
it's cold. It just makes you want to exercise. It
Wow.
just
Okay.
makes you want to do, and then
Do stuff,
yeah,
activity.
and then there's a lot of, I don't know what it is. Like then they used to make a joke that if you drink water from Jos, it has an effect on you.
Oh
but
yeah,
I know
it
it's
builds
just
talents, right?
yeah. So, but Jos is one place, and because we are from this region,
Yes.
do you understand? So we from this region, that felt like our first city.
Oh.
Like growing up, I knew that people from Jos, people from Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, it was Jos that was the hub that had all those things, and I felt like it was because the weather was good and all the white people came in. All the white people like going to Jos and setting up their companies in Jos. So
Okay.
Jos was like the city of this zone.
All right. For building of
So
talent.
we now,
Yeah.
Lagos was so far, so the first place you
You
could
would
try to
want to
go
go.
is Jos.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk more about environment and how it builds talent, because we're talking about Benue, so we can, have the discussion without talking about the environment Benue. Opesh, just take us briefly before I let Galilean come in, your journey in music.
Okay, I would say my love for music started when I first had my dad sing. My dad was a very, very dope musician. So when I heard him sing, I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to do that thing that he was doing. And when I started, it was my brother. He helped me start something, took me to the studio for the first time. Then at Charles Creation, I recorded my first song. I still didn't understand why my voice was sounding a little bit better than I used to sound afterwards.
You know, right?
But yeah, my brother encouraged me and, told me, yeah, we can actually put this out because you are good.
Yeah.
He always encouraged me, and that was how I started. Put out my first song, not on streaming platforms or anywhere. Like started attending shows, performing, and people loved me. They appreciated the talent from a very small girl and the whole energy I carried.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
energy.
Because my brother was always on one side of the stage doing like, go,
Oh, really?
So,
Really?
so yeah.
Okay.
So people loved it, and yeah, I grew from there to
Oh, now.
now.
Okay. Galileo?
Oh yes. So since you, given that you had this support from family, what would you say about the support base in Benue State for musicians in Benue State? Do you get support from the state government? Do you get support from brands, from individuals right now?
Um, I would say support from Benue State, to be honest, is not that encouraging. Except for now that things are getting a little bit better. But when I started, it wasn't very encouraging. There were events that I would even attend, and people would be like, "Go and sleep. You want to spoil. You want to be a bad child. You want to you want to spoil and all that." And there was a time they even stoned me on stage
Wow.
that I should go and sleep. My
Why?
mates are
What
sleeping.
happened? No, we'd like to hear that story actually.
Okay, I went for an event in BSU.
Mm.
That
You
was-
can leave the names out if you want,
Okay,
but
okay.
just the story.
So I went for an event, and it's students thing, and they like to see their own people and stuff like that. I think that was the reason. That was like one of the major reasons for that. They want to see their own classmates and stuff. So when I went on stage and I wasn't their classmate, and I wasn't even old enough to be in the university, and I was there, they were so mad. And they didn't even allow me to start singing before they started throwing containers on the
didn't get to
stage.
perform.
All right.
So, but yeah, like I said earlier, my brother was always there to,
Support
say,
and
calm down and consider.
is he
So,
still doing that nowadays?
right now, he has reduced.
Okay, because I want to look around to see if we
But
need.
now he has
Yeah.
reduced, but yeah.
Okay.
So, I felt very bad, but my brother didn't allow me to come down from the
Yeah.
stage. He said I should be in character and stuff. And when I performed, they actually liked it and tendered apology
Oh,
for
wow.
embarrassing me. Yeah, but basically, support from Benue State is not that encouraging, considering the fact that we can't even point particular companies that are here that can even endorse somebody. Brands that are doing very, very well here in Benue State that will endorse anybody. So it's really difficult. And support from the state government, I know the government is always doing their best to support, and yeah, that's what I
Okay,
can say.
but you mentioned something I would like to touch on, the fact that people would say you want to spoil because you want to go into music.
Yeah.
Is that peculiar for the female child? Because I don't know if they told him he wanted to spoil. But yes.
I don't think it's peculiar to.
Yes,
I think
okay.
it's general.
All right,
'Cause-
but more for the ladies.
Yeah, maybe because even me, they told me the same thing when I was
Starting out.
Yeah, that whole they think you want to be useless. You don't want to.
But now it's a different story altogether.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yes.
when it comes to Benue State, I used to be very upset when I was
Yeah.
growing up and doing music. I used to be upset at everybody in Benue State, like
Why?
because they were not helping, they were not supporting, and when I moved to Lagos, I saw how things happened and how
The support was there.
every small party they are doing, they will come and sing one music that I won't even like, and they will treat him like he's a king.
King.
They will pay him
Oh,
money.
wow.
And the guy is not known outside Lagos, and nobody knows him. So I became very upset at Benue people. But traveling and growing up and gaining more knowledge, I understood that the problem is trying to market something to somebody that doesn't understand what you're marketing. So we have a lot of successful people in Benue State that you look up to for support, but they don't know anything about entertainment.
Wow.
So you're talking to somebody to invest in something that they have absolutely no idea in. They're not gonna do it. They don't know anything about entertainment. They did not grow up in an entertainment environment. which is why when you start music, they think you want to spoil, because it's not something that they are familiar with on this side.
Yeah.
On this side, you're trained to go to school, graduate, and find work. That's what we know on this side. Or you're a farmer.
Oh, you're
That's-
just doing something we
yeah.
see as
So,
the legit.
it's not just music and sports. They used to beat kids more on this side, when in other exposed cities, people are putting their kids in children football academy and doing all that. Out here, you go to school, you come back, they'll give you work to do, or you go to the farm, or you do. There's no extracurricular activity to
Yeah.
see if you have a talent or how they can shape what they feel
The
like you
talent
have. So
is.
I realized that it is we talking to people that know nothing about what we're talking about, and we have that a lot here. That's why the support is zero or nothing.
But do you think there's a way for us to correct that?
Yeah, there's always a way to correct something, because as it's going, there's a few people, but it's going to be very slow, because the few people that understand it, that are trying to do it, there are very few compared to the amount of people that are controlling
Things,
yeah, do you understand? So it's going to be very, very slow, but definitely.
But what then do you think we can do? Because you said something needs to be done and there's a way to go about it. But so what are the ways? What do you think? Because we can't say we'll train people who have been there for so long. So how do we do it?
I don't think I know the solution to say, but
Actually,
because the truth
yeah.
is, if I've done events for a while,
Yes.
the problem goes way longer than we can even talk about. I've done events for a while. For example, that's my own way of trying to make it better,
Yeah.
make the industry better. There's another individual that is doing something else, that is trying to. But as individuals and where we come from, is not a sector that should completely rely on the government, but it has to, because who are the people that makes the policies that makes a place function?
Exactly.
It is the government. Do you understand? So there has to be policies. There has to be that carry these people along to make them strive, to make them. For example,
Yeah.
we have people call other creatives from other places come and to my state, teach the people in my state how to make money off Facebook, off content,
Of
this.
this.
And these people know how to do these things, because what individual has the money to do that kind of workshop and bring all those people to come and train all these people?
The policy
Do you
makers.
understand?
Yeah.
It has to be the government.
Yeah.
So if the government decides to do something like that, and it trains all these people and they know how, oh, if I do this content, because the good thing is your content is your content. Nobody in Lagos can put a Benue content out. It's you here that will put it out. So if you know how to create it and put it and make money off it, then just maybe you know how to make money by yourself, to put money in your talent by yourself, even if there's no
way
company
out.
or anybody coming. So there's a lot of ways, and then to start having people, we pray we have people that understand this sector. It's difficult for people like us or people in the entertainment sector to do politics. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They don't jam together. So
You're not thinking
so
about
it's
it.
kind of hard for us
to go in.
No, not to go in to get what we
Want.
because you're never in the room when they're discussing it.
So you should get in the rooms then.
You're never in the room when they're planning that, okay, what do we do for this state? For example, the four of us are sitting down and deciding what happens for Benue State.
But Odi,
And then
that means
there's nobody here that has entertainment interests. at
Odi,
heart.
that means we now have to get into the rooms, right? Are we
That
thinking
need to
about
get
the
people that can be part, understand that thing, that be part of it.
Okay.
But the truth is, you can't do both.
Okay.
You can't do both.
You think it's not possible? Maybe
I
you
don't
should.
think it's possible.
You can't do both because
Okay.
one career doesn't pick side, one pick side.
Okay.
Do you understand? Like, for example, I have never found myself campaigning for anybody, even if I know you.
Yes.
Because everybody is Odiwu's fan. Everybody.
So you feel like when you now
once I stand up and I say this is where I stand, that means everybody that is on that side
will
doesn't
leave you
like me
alone.
anymore.
Okay, I get where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like it's impossible. Galileo, what
I
do you
don't
think?
think it's impossible to. I don't
Okay.
think it is. I mean, there's one Elliot.
Okay,
Yes,
You
it's
know.
a case study. I mean,
Oh, so how well is that going?
And he never went back to the movies
okay, let's
anymore.
not go there. Okay, Galileo.
okay. My question is for Oldywoods now. You had challenges while you were an emerging artist. Now, can you tell us what these challenges were and what the challenges of current emerging artists are today?
Then it was more difficult to even come up and say you're an artist or you want to do music. When I started, because you have to hide and do it for a while until the day they catch you.
Hide from the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, like me, my dad. The day my dad discovered I do music, he was sitting out somewhere with my mom. I didn't even know they went out like on a date. I didn't even
Yeah.
know they used to do that kind of thing.
That's another
So, we were
discussion.
sitting down in a park,
Uh,
and then I was performing there. So, and then he saw everybody going crazy for me performing and all that. So he liked it. That's the
Oh.
only thing. He liked
No,
that everybody was
actually.
about me and everybody was
Yeah.
screaming, and so he even stood up. He said he stood up to try and come and spray me money. There was no space for him to get there.
oh wow.
So that was the day he started seeing me as somebody that has talent.
Yeah.
So then it was a struggle. But now there's a lot of successful artists in Nigeria that has made people see the reason why my son can be an artist
Yeah.
and all that. So they're letting people do music now. They're teaching people music now. So the challenges are lesser. But then we don't have any like record companies and all that. So most people in Nigeria are the artist, the record label owner,
The independent
and
one.
then either their brother or their friend is their manager, and you have to build the structure by yourself.
Yeah.
So those are the difficult things that artists and creatives have to face now. It's not like you just have to focus on creating. You have to focus on selling it. You have to focus on doing your own show. You have to focus on
Finding
going
ways.
with radio stations
Yeah.
and all that. So there's no structure that helps you take care of all the other part, and you just have to create.
Okay, so okay, were there privileges that you enjoyed in your time? We know, of course, there are challenges, but were there some privileges you enjoyed while you started, when you started?
I don't think I really enjoyed privileges at that time. I was just having fun doing it.
Oh,
Any chance I get to do it, I'm just happy that I get the chance to do it.
Okay. That's
I don't think-
passion.
Maybe the only privileges I would say is when people started knowing that, oh, because I moved from struggling to get into the venue to people knowing that, oh, he sings, so let him come in. Do you understand? Those are the only little
Yeah.
privileges you can say that I had in the beginning, because I know how we used to struggle to get into the show just to go and perform.
Okay, I think Pesh can also tell us what her challenges are like, because I always feel, I don't know if it's me, but I just feel it's, no matter what Odiwood says, because he's trying to convince me that it's the same. but but I don't think there's a level playing field yet. We're trying. But what do you think? What are your challenges?
I must say that the challenges for
Your female.
female artists are very, very different.
Yes.
You know, coming like from getting support from people, especially from the other gender. It's
If you want to
on
talk
very,
to us, talk to us.
Talk to us directly.
Yes.
it's a very
Not a cut
rare
corner.
cases. It's a
Okay.
very rare cases that
Yeah.
you have a man, you know, support you without, you know, any
Strings
things.
attached.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Not if you
very-
have to talk am, we'll talk am.
it's very
Yes.
difficult. Yeah, so that's like one of the major challenge. You know, a particular thing that if a male artist will approach this particular person for, you know, he might get the support, and if the person doesn't want to support, he will just say, okay, I'm not doing this,
Yeah.
or just go mute on you and you know that okay, this man is not interested.
Mm.
If a lady goes there, they will definitely tell you they want to do it for you, you know, every and then when you start, you know, trying to follow up so that you get this thing, it now looks as though you have to pay money or pay something, do something to
To
get that
get
thing
it.
Do what?
that they said.
What?
I don't know.
You know.
You know that.
But,
So,
but
but
pay.
you get what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yes. So
Nice.
that's like, that's the major challenge. And then for an artist generally, for me, let me say for me, yeah, for me, the major, another challenge that I have, you know, is putting out music. You know, music is business.
Yes, it is.
Music is business. As you're doing music, you have to invest in it. It's not just the talent, it's not just your time, it's not just your energy, it's money. So that is another challenge, you know, funding to do things. You know, there is a way an artist is supposed to even appear, because people tend to paint this picture of you in their head and you have to
Exactly.
keep up to it. Else,
When
will
you
lose
come, they will
fans.
be like,
They'll
"Is
be
this
like, "Ah,
is this the lady person?"
you get." So
Okay.
that those
Yeah.
stuffs like that needs.
I feel like one of the things female artists have also suffered is
Yeah.
I've met people that have an issue signing a female artist
Oh wow.
because there's too much wahala involved.
Oh, what's the wahala?
Yeah, because okay, one of my friends said from money for hair to money for makeup to buy this dress, and then you need more security for the female artist than you need for the male artist.
Okay.
Do you understand? You can have two male artists in one room of apartment that you rent. You can't do that. with the
Oh
girl.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Do you
true.
understand?
Okay.
There's a lot. He explained it to me. There's a lot of other things, and then he said one funny one, but it's true. It's that if your female artist mistakenly falls in love with one guy, and the guy is not telling her that don't do like this, don't do like this,
She will not do it.
you will have problems.
Okay, so you mean okay?
So they're emotional.
Okay.
And sometimes they can get emotional, and it's not like a guy that you just say lock up, get up, and
let's
man,
do the
this.
work.
You
Yeah.
have to make sure that she's in the perfect shape of mind.
So somehow you
So
are
to
agreeing
them,
with me. There is
she's-
no level playing field.
No, it's not. It's not. It's never
Okay, so
really.
Fetch, let's come back to talking about Benue music, right? You talked about the challenges. I know there will be more. There's a lot to talk about, but it's happening around you, and a lot of people say the reason why the Benue music industry is not growing, apart from lack of support, is the content we'll bring out. Do you think we have a content problem in Benue? I know for you and Woods, we cannot say that. But you know, do you think we have a content problem?
I don't think we do.
Okay.
What I think is we don't have people who support their own thing, because there are people in Lagos and other states that sing. Let me say they sing in their language, but you see they are stars, and we listen to them here even though we don't understand what they are saying. So I don't think the problem is our content. It's the people appreciating this thing, you know. But once it's coming from us, it's difficult. You know, there's this saying in TIP that prophetic it's a thing with us. That is the truth. Our contents don't have a problem at all. I watched a video of Olamide and Wizkid's viral video that he dropped years back, and I was just looking at this thing. The quality, everything was just there, and you see it blew up, and some of us even watched it then and we're very happy that okay, this is a very good music video, but if you watch it now you will laugh. You will laugh. But those people supported their own, and they understood that okay, these ones are beginners, so we can take this thing from them. There is a particular level you get that even you will know that no, I can't post this thing, is not giving. You can't post it. But for now, what we lack rather is support and people that will appreciate us.
What you're doing,
Yeah.
no matter how
No matter
little
how
it is.
it is. Yeah.
Okay, you're still watching Unveiling Realities, the podcast on Agate Television. Thank you so much for spending your time with us this evening. We are not done yet. When we come back, Odiwus will be telling us about what he feels about content issues in Benue music space. Don't go away, stay with us on Agate Television. We'll be back shortly.
condition of this place, no, the load is too small. See how all the corn they broke all this side down. Now, we know the fit cross, see how I can't be inside the water. So water they carry us here. The major problem of this was no gutter. There's no any gutter. So if you let it come now, all our house now so far see me inside the water. This sand where they heap here now, there's no way where water will pass again. So the water is closed. We are fishing here. I go and carry my small net one we put there. Now I don't catch because the water don't carry all the net. So now I'm trying to fish another one.
Another edition of On the Street with Philomena Albani, and today we're going to be doing several things around us. Yeah, come on, it sounds common, yeah, no, but we're going to know today if they are common or not. So, come along. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm going to be asking you a very quick question, okay? These are common things around you. How many local governments do we have in Benue State?
23 local governments.
Oh my God! Wow! How many planets do we have on Earth?
We have 8.
Jesus! Hey! 8 planets on Earth?
Because Pluto was not included.
Damn! Oh, it was 9 before.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have like 8 planets on Earth.
Yeah, now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Wow! Chop knuckle. But sorry, like we have 9 planets.
9?
Yeah, we have 9 planets, and Earth is amongst the planets.
Sorry.
There are no planets on Earth.
Oh, I understand.
President of Pluto.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, the president of Pluto. No, you Shaggy Poppy. Shaggy Poppy! Just local! My brother, there's nothing like president of Pluto, okay?
You were not informed to. Eh?
Let's try again. Who's the president of Pluto?
I don't even know that country.
Songs they play. They play. They play.
So you say you don't know the country?
I don't know the country at all.
You don't know the country Pluto?
Yeah, I don't know the country Pluto.
Oh my
I
god!
force myself to know it because I'm not a geographer to that extent.
Stop it. Get some help.
Welcome back to Unveiling Realities on Agate Television. And this evening, we're looking at how to grow the music industry in Benue State. And two of Benue's finest are still here. I'm talking about Odie Woods and Lady Pesh. And so back to you, Odie Woods. We were talking about content issues in the Benue music space before the break. Do you think, because a lot of people will say, okay, we want to listen, we really want to listen to what you are putting out there, but when we go to listen, there's nothing to listen. Okay, so do you think we have a content problem?
I don't think there can ever be anything like there's nothing to listen to.
Yeah.
Because everything is content to somebody.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people have songs in different languages that we have in Benue State, and they appeal to different people.
All right.
Some of them don't know how to make it available for everybody to get it. It still falls back to the environment that we are and how everything is set up. It's not every of those traditional singers in one of those places that knows how to even get a studio and properly record what they want to record and know how to and where to upload it and make it available. In Benue State in this 2024, if you go to maybe a Zaki Bam or a Vandika or Uju, one of those places, there's one person that is singing there and people gather and they love the song, but they have to record it on their phone and play it back on their phone when they want to listen to it. When you go to, I've seen where they are performing and people keep their phones and they are recording it as they are playing it.
Yeah.
And that's that same content that they would transfer from this person's phone to that person's phone, like that. It's only in Benue State that I get messages of people telling me, oh, I should send them my song to their phone. They don't know where to stream it. They don't know how to. So it's the general education of how these things work. And the funny thing is, the most people that even consume these things are even Benue people that are not even in Benue. That's the only way they keep in touch with home. That's the only way they connect with home. If they have access to all this content, there's somebody that has not watched Kwahi for how many years of not being back home. There's somebody that has not heard all those thief songs and all those folk tales and all those things. But the people singing it don't know how to put it online and make it available for everybody. So it still falls back to the structure and creating a conducive environment for these people and letting them know, somebody educating them that okay, this is how it's done, this is how, but there's content everywhere.
All right. Okay.
Yes, Odie Woods. Okay, we have content in Benue State, agreed. Now, how do music artists in Benue go about promoting their content?
These days it's even simple, it's easy because social media makes a lot of things easy. I can see your music from anywhere that you are. We don't even have to be like close, or we don't have to be in the same space. I can be in Makurdi and somebody in Lagos is watching my because I promote it online.
Okay.
All you need mostly now is to have a page.
Okay.
And know how to upload your stuff and just keep creating. It doesn't matter how, if it's your phone or whatever camera you have, just create content, upload, create content, upload.
Okay.
And these people do a lot of good things these days. What's their name? Facebook and the rest of them. They have like this algorithm thing that they connect people to each other and all that stuff. If you like a certain content and someone puts that kind of content, they'll suggest it to you because you watch something that looks
similar
like that,
to it at some
so
point.
it just makes it easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry.
No, go ahead.
Your collaboration with Davido on your song "Go Below." Yes. How can Benue artists get that kind of recognition? How can they collaborate with artists out there? How can they get recognized out there like you have done?
It's basically if you're passionate about your talent or your career and you keep chasing it, all those other things come in between. Okay. Yeah, like I left Makurdi, I went to Jos, I stayed in Jos for some time. I knew that I had to go to Lagos. I went to Lagos. So it's just going about chasing your dreams, and then you're meeting people and you're building relationships and doing connect. And if you're really, really gifted and you're not just doing music because you saw that somebody did it and made a lot of money and has a lot of fans, if you're doing it because you're called to do music, people will recognize you. People will recognize that this guy has a gift, has a talent. Because me, Davido heard my song before he met me, and he liked the song, and I didn't have to pay money
to feature him on the song. Yeah.
So I believe that your talent can do a lot for you.
Sure. If you keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Okay. So Pesh, you want to talk on the fact that how do we promote? Because you have been doing a lot of promotion. So how do we promote the content that we bring out? How have you been able to even succeed?
Like Oli said, now we have social media. We have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms where you can promote your songs. There are even options where you can actually identify as an artist, as a music artist, whatever thing you're doing, just identify as that and people will know you and like that. So for me, what I've been doing is to be particular about what I'm doing. Be particular about, if it's music you're doing, be particular about it. Your content should be music. Post music, post your songs, post your stuffs, and people will know that, okay, when you're coming to this person's page, it's music. Not one day you're dancing, the next day you're posting makeup, the next day you're doing music, the next day people will know that, okay, this one is not straightforward. You're just randomly creating contents and posting. So you need to be particular about what you're doing, what you want people to know you as. That is the number one thing. And be consistent. That's just it. Because now social media allows you to reach a large audience. So as long as you have something to show, there are people to watch you.
Okay, so when we were growing up, we had a story about the broom, and they said if the broom is just on its own, it's easier to break the broom. But when it's together, collectively, with one vision, then it becomes harder for that to happen. Do we have something like that here in Benue, where we have Benue musicians, wherever you are doing your thing, you still know we have Benue musicians group. Do we have something like that in Benue?
The example you gave about a broom,
Yeah.
I don't think we can
relate
it to Benue State.
Okay.
But we have a group.
Yes.
There is P-Man.
Okay.
There are groups of musicians, but to be honest, we lack that.
Even like say this thing hard you to talk. She
because I'm an artist,
yes,
so
she
I
will
don't
sit
want
well
it to sound
say
bad
it.
because
Yes.
it's not that bad, but I have to be honest. We don't have
She's
that
looking for the right
words. Yeah.
We don't have that togetherness like
Okay.
that. Not everybody is supporting the other person. There are few people that are actually supportive. Like you can call them, and they are ready to come out for you. You know, even though it's your music, is your thing, and they are also artists, but they want to come out for you and support you, and
So
help you to
apart
grow
from
also.
us, not okay. I'm beginning to feel like a musician right now. I'm even say us. Apart from the Benue musician not having the support, like you have both said, from outside, even yourselves, you feel there's no support.
On our part,
Yes.
it's like, let me say 30-70.
Okay.
Yeah, like
She has
the
even
support,
brought up a
yes,
statistics.
the support is 30%,
Okay.
and not supporting is like 70%.
How do you agree?
The truth is,
Because you were
she has more knowledge of that.
hey.
Because me, I'm not always around.
Okay.
And she will obviously know that more than me. 'Cause
Yes.
sometimes when you come around, people can show you more love than the people that are around.
Yeah.
So somebody that, and you come around, they show you that love, you go before see finish, enter.
Then you come back again. Okay. All right. So you
I feel like music cannot have that togetherness. I honestly feel
yeah.
like it's not
There's
just,
this silent competition. You
yeah,
say.
it's a competitive stuff, and
Yes.
then everybody is hustling and trying to put into grow their brand.
All
You
right.
understand? So the most support you can get is somebody can do an event, an artist can come through, but they're not pulling out their money for you. You know, they can come there. Oh, there's free drinks. Oh, there's this, and then, but you're not getting that kind of support from a fellow artist that you want to do a project and you need money. Nah, you're not getting that from a fellow artist. So artists basically support each other, like morally and physically, say,
But not maybe not
but-
financially.
but not financially, and not how you want to fight a cause or you want to do this, and then every artist comes together, because
And that
it's-
in itself is a problem.
it's
you
not
get to.
a very how do I put it, an administrative industry. It's a creative industry. If you go into a creative, even a creative office, when I used to work for Sound City back in the day, if you go to, I started work, I used to go to work very like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. when I started work. And after a while, I now saw that, today this person no come work. So I now understood that, okay, if you really don't have a program and you cannot come to work and nothing will happen and all that kind of stuff, but you have to just make sure that your program is ready and it's going to air when it's supposed to air. So in all those, but you cannot do that in a corporate office. You go to work every day, you close 5 and all that. So entertainment industry is people that are just gifted with the gift of music. They can sing. So sometimes I don't expect too much from people. Like, if they have a talent, it doesn't mean that they can manage it. It doesn't mean that they know how to sell it. It doesn't mean that they know how to package it. They are just talented people, and most times they sing, people show them love. They don't necessarily know how to come out, say, oh, it's the P-Man in Lagos. I don't know the last time I've seen Burna Boy go there. I don't know the last time I've seen Wizkid go there. Do you understand? So it's just the same thing. Everybody's just on one side.
Okay, because we are quickly running out of time. Pesh, since Odi has said that you are the one that understands, let's come back to you. Do you think that we have a body apart from a body of musicians, which you said we had, do you feel we have a body to regulate what musicians do in Benue so as to help grow the industry? Is there something like that?
I don't
Maybe.
know of any.
Yeah.
I don't know of any.
Maybe
If there is,
Okay.
I don't know.
Regulate what musicians do.
Yeah.
Musicians in Benue State need help. They don't need to be regulated.
Right. Okay.
They need support and,
Okay,
and
go
help.
ahead.
And another thing is, I feel like it still takes me back to the government, because there are some things that only them can set up.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you understand? For example, if the government say in this airspace of Benue State, for you to download a Pesh song, you have to pay 10 naira.
You know, right?
Do you understand? And the government gives PES 5 naira out of that money and take 5 naira as tax. PES will be doing very good in Benue State and not have to worry about how she's going to. So there's a lot of things
that need to be done.
That only the government can. If you want to do that as an individual, the kind of approval you need to get from DSS, from this, from that, is
a
too
whole
much.
lot, yeah.
From House of Rep, from House of Assembly, there's too much approvals that you need, but the government can just do it.
Okay.
Do you understand? The government woke up one day and said Twitter cannot function in Nigeria space, and they shut it down. You could not use Twitter. So it's most of the things is them that can do it.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is for Lady Tesh and for the Woods. What do you think about a unity song? I mean, all the music artists in Benue State coming together to do a unity song for us and also to break even. What do you think about this?
I'm thinking what the song will do actually.
The song?
you mean the song will not help?
You think the song won't be helpful?
I'm thinking like in a place where maybe we have crisis, clash between this, between maybe Idoma, Igede, and that would make sense. Say, okay, let's bring some Idoma artists and some Tiv artists together to do a song that encourages these people to live together and unite.
So how about solidifying our unity? Yes, we are already united.
That. So that's why I gave you Amalunya. So that's it's supposed to. Do you understand? Yeah.
So, Pesh, what do you think? Because you asked the question too.
There has to be a particular reason why we are doing the song. Either there is conflict, or maybe, conflict. Basically, that's the only thing that needs a
unity song.
So, I don't think
maybe to unite against external forces against us. How about that?
Because the thing is, if you want to do something like that, there has to be something that is really driving
it. Okay, and you feel for now we don't have that.
We don't have that thing that I will call you that will really touch you and will make you come out. Like when I did a song about Benue killings back then when it was really hot, anybody that I called felt the pain of what was going on.
Right.
So it was not too much talk. It was it's about time we as musicians came together and talked about this. So that makes it easy. And even if anybody is having to spend their money in that cause, they know that, okay, it's for this thing that we have to do.
For this purpose.
Because money must be spent.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you have mentioned Lagos, mentioned Jos, because we brought up the issue of talent development in Jos. What do you think we can learn from that industry, maybe starting from where you started first, which is Jos, and then moved over to Lagos? What are the lessons we can pick as Benue State and say, okay, let's pick these lessons and grow our music industry?
The lessons we can pick, first of all, those people are more appreciative of their talents. The way they support and package their talents is commendable, and I feel like our people should learn one or two from them, even though I'm just saying it, I know they're not going to learn it.
No, let's be optimistic, right?
The Benue people are who they are.
No, we'll learn.
Benue people, almighty Benue
No, we'll learn.
They don't like to bend for anybody.
No, we will.
So if you go to Lagos, there's what's it called? There's a Yoruba artist that is singing something that I don't understand, and I'm hearing they paid him 5 million naira to come with those boys, with those songs to come and perform. Because this man really likes his music, and it's his child dedication, or is this? Do you understand? A Benue man thinks that's too much money to give an artist. He thinks, you don't want to have a big like, they don't think, they think there are better things to spend that kind of money on.
They
Not
even see you like maybe they're just sitting somewhere chilling and just see and say,
so sometimes I wonder where they think
come and sing.
Like sometimes I wonder where Benue people think that when you finish singing this song, you go inside the house and then you produce money. And I don't know where they think you get money to sustain yourself. And
record
live
more
your
songs.
Life, even wear clothes and pay rent, pay bills. Like how do they think you So
You're coming back to Benue.
You're not giving me money. How do you think I survive?
Okay, so Odi, you have brought us back to Benue, but we're talking about Lagos, right? What can we
you're
learn?
saying what they can learn. So I'm saying they can learn to appreciate their talent.
Okay,
like those people do.
Okay,
those people appreciate their talent. There's a lot of. It's not today. It's been happening. There's a lot of state functions that happen in Benue State that there's no artist performing. Do you understand? A first lady can do a birthday in Benue State. You not see any artist there. It can never happen in Lagos or Jos or others. That's a state function. You involve the entertainment industry. They don't have business in your politics and your administration, but that's entertainment. That's a fun thing. You involve that sector of the state. Let them to be part of the government. That's when they can be part of the government. When state functions are happening, first or independence happens. There's nothing that involves the artists.
Okay, we need to start thinking about that. That's what you're saying.
There's a lot of times that I've heard in Benue State that they have created a Benue anthem. There's no artist that is part of it.
Well,
so
okay. So Pesh, we are getting to that point where we have to say goodbye. But maybe I should let Kalinle and just come in here before we. Well, okay, fine. So let's now go to the crux of our discussion today, which might be our ending point. We have said a lot today, but we want people to take something away from this, which is how then can we grow? We know the issues right now. Let's not keep dancing around the issues because they'll be there. Odi was even believe they are going to be there. Whether we say it. Okay, but I don't believe that. I'm sure you don't believe that you're on my side, right? Not on Odi's side. She doesn't think so. But how then can we grow the Benue music space?
Well, let's start supporting our talents. Let's create platforms to promote our talents. Let's support them financially and every other way, mostly financially, because music is business. Take it or leave it. There is no way you just walk into a music studio and expect the producer to just record you for free. There is no way you just enter a boutique and then say, I'm Lady Pesh, give me one gown there. And they'll give you. There is no way. If you want to host events, there are many. The list goes on and on. So when you're calling an artist for something, that's another thing. They should also involve entertainers in, things that are happening, functions that are happening in the States, and at least pay them reasonably, pay us reasonably, because I have people call me and they're like, yeah, I heard that your song and it's very nice and we are doing show and I want you to come. Somebody that has this money to pay, and they'll be like, I will just pay your transport. How much transport?
You'll be shocked at the transport. They'll put it in an envelope.
And then you can't. Sometimes it's just 5K, 20K, and you know that this money is not enough to even. Okay, let's say what that person is wearing, the transport that they came. You can't come to an event hungry. So you add something while coming, because there are many events here that you go and nobody's talking about refreshment.
For the artist.
And when you talk about refreshment, they look at you like a hungry person.
So
like, chop for us.
Okay, so we really need to start caring. That's what you say.
Yes.
Their welfare is important. This is business. So let's support the business.
Before we start
the gospel according to Pesh.
Yeah, just like after this show, you buy me lunch.
Okay, so Odi, yes, definitely. Just because. Okay, but let's get to the crux of matter. How then can we grow the Benue music space? I know you have a lot to say, but just keep it short. Like, what do we do?
We need to do programs that educate people on, first, the artists, on how to make progress with their crafts.
Yeah.
The creative people, we need to sharpen what they have. There need to be policies put in place to sharpen what they have, to show them how to turn this thing you do for fun into a money-making thing, and how they can be able to live on their own. We need music academy, we need football academies, we need all that helps the creative
Space.
grow.
Yeah.
And when they go out there and they can do what the others are doing,
Right.
and even create stuff that doesn't have to make them go out there, that they can be comfortable here and still get what they need, because
Exactly.
everything revolves on social media.
Now you just said something, but you know that could be a discussion for another time when we're talking about the creative industry, because you see someone just record one song and the next time you say, I'm going to Lagos. What are you going to do? But well, thank you so much for joining us on Unveiling Realities this evening. I wish we can go on with this discussion, but it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you so much, Odi Woods, Odwen, for coming. And Tash says she wants to leave us with something because you can't come to our studios. And yeah, let's drum roll.
My check.
Yes, okay. So, Pesh, let's listen to that before we go. Something short.
Pesh is about to drop freestyle.
Look at your camera.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, before I do that,
Yeah.
permit me to bring to the notice of the public, the general public, that I'll be hosting my event.
Okay, you pay us money for that, but just go ahead and give us a freestyle.
So,
Yeah.
Aya tutu ne kauna. Aya tutu ne kauna. Our children are starving to death. Oh yes, we know. Benue, uhemi yo ya kanja ikajo itime itim. Here to tembia uma afem domai shimi bem kishawon.
Starstruck. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pesh. Song of the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Galilian. It's time for us to go.
Yes, it's time for us to go. Okay, what I'll just tell people out there: support this artist. They're doing. It's magic. What they're doing. So just support them.
All right. Thank you so much for watching Unveiling Realities. Remember to follow Agate TV. It's Agate Radio TV on Facebook and Agate TV on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. And Unveiling Realities, the podcast, will be back next week, same time. Join us. My name is Shido Taka. To join us again. Good evening.